Hey everybody, it's Paul Pavolny coming to you from my fortress of solitude, working from home, just like all of you are that can. It's been a while since I've been on, and I'm actually testing out a new software that I've had for a while, but I've just never used called Ecamm. And so I'm giving it a shot, seeing what it's like. Kind of excited about it, excited about the possibilities. Probably be using it for my podcast once I finally get that going. One of the things on the agenda during this time. Let me know if you're on, if this is coming through okay. Throw me something to let me know. Hey, thank you, whoever that was. Haven't quite figured out how to use it. So I don't know who threw down that love, but thank you so much. Anyway, trying out Ecamm. Got myself also a Logitech C90, I think it was. Great camera. Hey, thanks, Jonathan. And so I'm testing that out. Got myself my microphone hookup. Testing that as well. Also found this cool thing from my video editing days. I found it in a box, and so I'm playing with it, seeing what I can do with it as well. So how are you guys doing? Pretty crazy times we're in right now. We're in this time that where either we're not doing enough or we're doing too much. We kind of get that feeling. Initially when this all happened, we kind of all freaked out in our own ways, and maybe bought a bit too much stuff. Loaded up on the canned soup and tried to find the toilet paper, and now we're some of that initial hoarding and insanity has tapered off. At least, hopefully, it has. And those that are in need are able to get some of those necessities that those who could early on grabbed a lot of. And so it's pretty crazy times. I've kind of been battling myself with even the kind of posts to put out there. While I want to talk about my business, I want to be also careful about that. I've tried to use some humor. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed some of the humor that I've put out there. And even that's a fine line between, just trying to lighten everybody's moods a little bit and being disrespectful and hurtful to maybe some that are either affected by it directly or indirectly through somebody that they know. And so it's been quite an interesting time. How has it been for you? How have you been dealing with what's been going on? Do you work from home? Are you still going to work every day? And how has the working from home been going for you? Love to hear from you. Love to get your thoughts. But for me, it's been good. Of course, business has slowed down. Some clients that I had, some projects that I had, people have kind of pulled the reins and said, we got to wait and see. We don't know what's going on. And so, but I've had other clients, I've had new clients come to me as well. And so it's been an interesting time, especially for branding, things like branding and marketing. A lot of people, that's usually one of the first things they kind of pull back on and feel that, they don't want to spend that money. And while others say, you know what? Maybe now's a good time to do it. People are online, people are surfing the web, people are on social media, and now is a good time for me to actually put some stuff out on social, and especially now that I have time. And so I want to just share with you three things that have kind of been on my mind. And a lot of times, I share, tips and tricks and ideas about branding. And so I want to share just three things that kind of come to mind of what you can do as a business owner. If you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a small business, an online business, I'm going to share three things with you that you could be thinking about right now during this time. If you have extra time, if it has slowed down for you, just a couple of things that you can do yourself that'll help you as a business, and maybe things that you can maybe get some help with. So I'm going to try this out and see how this goes. Here's the first thing that I want you to consider during this time where we're in a time of uncertainty, a time of just really thinking about what's going on and what we should do and what some next steps would be. So here's the first thing. The first thing that I want you to consider is to do some examination. How's that for a neat trick? Do some examination. What is going on with your business right now? Is it good? Is it bad? Is there things that you need to take a closer look at when it comes to your business and see how you can do better? Maybe it's a brand audit and looking at your brand and saying, okay, my brand can do better. I need to clear up my messaging. I need to make sure that I'm communicating in the right way. I need to make sure that it's very clear what I'm offering. You'd be surprised how many people that I've worked with where after they've made a presentation, they've talked about everything, at the end, the question still is there. So what is it that you do? I'm still kind of unclear, And so take a look at some of the things that you're doing, some of the things that you're saying, some of the things that you're putting out there. Is it really, really clear what it is that you do? Because if it's not, people are going to get confused. If people are not clear on what you have to offer, they're just going to keep going. They're going to keep scrolling. They're going to keep moving on. Somebody once said, I wish I knew who it was because I'd given the proper props, but somebody once said that confused people don't buy. Confused people don't buy, and it's so true. How many times have you been to a store, looked at a product, looked at something online, and because it wasn't clear, because things were confusing, you were a little unsure of whether it was the right thing for you. You compared it to something else, and you looked at one thing, and you looked at another thing, and as you compared it, the one that was clear, the one that made sense, is the one that you bought, and it might not even have been the best one. And I'm sure you can relate to that. If you can, throw me some agrees or disagree, But if you're confused, you don't buy. When it comes to buying a vehicle, when it comes to buying a product, when it comes to buying a service, if you're confused, you won't buy. And so take a look, now is the time to do some examination. Take a look at what you're doing and see if it is the right thing for you to be doing right now. Is your message clear? Are you communicating the right way? Is your offer clear? Have you really understood your audience? There are so many people that are trying to solve a problem for people that the people actually don't even have. Now, you could always argue that, well, I sell, and they just don't know they need it. Well, you're you're the one that needs to go in and look at, are you clear in what you offer, what problem you solve? Because you could be confusing people. You could be hitting the wrong market because your messaging is not clear for the market that you're trying to reach. And so get super clear. Do some examination. Take a look and clearly look at what you're doing and make sure that it's right. Hope this is making sense. Are you guys enjoying this? I also see that there's a comments feature in here, and I'm not sure if I can show the comments on my page or while I'm doing this. If I can, that'd be a pretty sweet option. Be patient with me for a second. Okay, so second thing to look at when you're in this time of wondering what to do, wondering if, what the next steps are, what can you be doing during this slow time, what can you be doing when things aren't going as maybe they were a couple of weeks ago. Here's the second thing that I want you to do after you've done examination. Maybe the solution for you is an evolution. Maybe it's time to do some tweaking to what you're doing and evolve your brand. Maybe you've been doing the same stuff for a very long time and it's not working anymore. People aren't getting it. It's not making any sense anymore. And so maybe the time for you right now, during this time when maybe things have slowed down for you, maybe things are not booming like they once were, is take a look and see, okay, now's the perfect time for me to evolve, to change some things up, change the product line, change the offering, evolve it, upgrade it, make it better, smarter, smaller, bigger, whatever that evolution looks like. Maybe now is the time for you to look at evolving what you're doing and taking it to the next level. Does that make sense? If it does, throw down some love, and I'm going to go to the next one. So maybe now is the time to evolve, or instead of an evolution, maybe it's time for a revolution. Maybe it's time for you to just chuck a lot of stuff that you're doing right now and just go to the next level. Maybe it's time, instead of just making minutia, little tiny tweaks to what you're doing. Maybe it's time to just start from scratch in some areas. You know, there are some people that for too long, they hold on to doing the exact same thing, the exact same way, over and over and over and over again. And maybe what you need is a revolution. You need to totally stop doing what you're doing and take it up to another level. Do something radically different from what you've been doing. And so those are some 3 things that you could try right now to make a difference in your business. You can either do the first thing. You can either just do a simple evaluation or examination and see where you're at, see if what you're doing is good, see if it's right, see if you're hitting it, see if your messaging is correct, see if the words you're using, if you're hitting the right audience, if you're consistent in your branding. The second thing is maybe do an evolution. Okay, now that you've examined it, maybe it's time to evolve some things, upgrade them, make them better, smarter, faster, less expensive, more expensive, whatever that might be. Or it could be it's time for a revolution. You just need to take what you've done in the past, scrap it, downgrade it, and just radically change it in some amazing way. So anyway, hope that's helped you guys out. Just a couple of things that have been kind of going on in my mind. I haven't really done a whole lot of Facebook Lives. I probably should, and I probably will in the future now that I'm kind of figuring out this thing. But if you guys have liked this, please share it. If you want more of this, let me know the kind of things that you're challenged with, the kind of things that you want to hear about, and I'll be happy to get on here and share some thoughts. I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to share my 25 years of experience in being a brand strategist and designer. Happy to share those. Happy to help you guys out. Anyway, take care, guys. Hope this Ecamm has worked. I know there's a feature where I can pull up people's comments and then respond to them. I'll have it figured out by next time. Hey, Jonathan, thank you so much. Yes, I will do more. Let me see what your other comment was. Coffee sales are up this month. Yeah, because a lot of people are home. And they've got kids, and they're doing Common Core. So maybe that's why coffee sales are up. Awesome, man. Proud of you guys. Backwoods Grind is a great company here in the Deep South, creating coffee for the outdoors, but just straight up good coffee. I'm not an outdoors person, but I love their coffee. And so anyway, check them out. Backwoods Grind, great locally owned coffee makers here in Jackson, Mississippi. Anyway, check them out. Yeah, I'll do some stuff. Maybe ideas from going from physical products to digital. Absolutely. You know, sometimes it takes just an outside mind to look at what you're doing and seeing how you can go from being a physical product and how do you transition into providing and making it as a digital product, or what can the online version be of what you're doing. So yeah, I'll give that some thought and I'll come up with some ideas and maybe do a Facebook Live on that. Anyway, take care, guys. Have an amazing day. Be safe out there. You know, take care. Don't venture out if you don't need to. Wash your hands. Wear a mask if necessary. The sooner we can get this thing reeled in, the better, and we can go out there and give each other big hugs and high fives. Anyway, take care, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this. Take care.